Sí, sí, sí. Sí funciona. I also changed your name. I'm very sorry. Yes, you're right. You will be the last question.
Hey, hello everyone, and welcome to our second talk of today, the last day of STEM Week, 7th edition. For this talk, we have Daniela Camacho. Bachelor in Science, Daniela Camacho is a 32-year-old woman who loves life and nature. She's an entrepreneur leader of an organic waste and composting project. She has a bachelor's degree in international business from ITSM Querétaro. She came to share her experience as a woman seeking to restore soil from its origin and how we can give back to the earth what belongs through our actions. Please welcome Daniela Camacho with a big round of applause.
Thank you. Hello to everyone. My name is Daniela, and thanks Lily and all the team for the invitation. It's really a pleasure for me to be here. I didn't know the university. It's huge. It's beautiful, and well, I hope you can enjoy this talk as I would try to. First of all, I want to apologize in advance because I have may say some strange things because of my English, but I have my notes, and I hope. And I ask also for your patience. So Thanks, and let's start. As Sebastian, right, said, I am Daniela Camacho. I am 32 years old, and this is what I call my backbone, because those things that we see on the screen are the things that gave the different skills for me to be here and now for leading and sustainable and organic waste and composting project. I used to be a scout since I was 6 or 7 years old until I came in Querétaro. I born in Nuevo León. I don't talk like a Regia girl. I used to live in Mexico City also, and about 18 years ago, more or less, I came to Querétaro, and now I love Querétaro, and I will stay here. I hope so. But the important thing of being a scout is that gave me different skills, and not only in social skills, but also being a scout, I really found the love and the passion for animals, for nature, for sharing things with not only with human beings, but with different things. I learned the meaning of biodiversity and balance, equity, and I learned a lot of things that I didn't realize until I grew up. So it's really important for me. We would talk about that later. And on the other way, I have a bachelor degree in international business with a specialization in logistics and planning. And as you can see, are two different things: nature and logistics, transportation, planning, and a lot of things. And I really loved my career. And then I started working in two big companies, one Mexican, Mave for appliances, and then Mars for, I actually used to be in chocolate and confections. I loved chocolate, and it was really cool. Came to work and started eating a lot of chocolates, but that's not the point. And at Mars, especially at Mars, I developed myself more in planning and logistics. I used to plan the first the first national distribution resources, what came from the plant. I needed to distribute it to the first warehouses and 5 different warehouses in Mexico, and then they will came to final customer. And with that, I actually was applying my knowledge that I got in college about planning. I was doing what I was good for. I maybe think that I was good for. That was customer service, transportation, also planning, and all the value chain information that I already got from my college experience. But one day, I really realized that I wasn't found like my real purpose in life. I came to work every day. I love the office. I love the people where I work for. I work with a lot of multidisciplinary teams, but something was making me uncomfortable because of, I used to think that, okay, I came, I do my job, but if I don't came, someone else will do my job, and it maybe doesn't feel my absence. Not talking about they need to know me and they need to notice that I am here, not, but if I were there or not, it may be not making any difference. So one day I quit my job. I left all the this there's a word, you receive your payment every 15 days, and dental care and healthcare and a lot of things. I decided to, this maybe was not for me. I tried to create and develop a business, a cold food bar business, but it didn't work out, by the way. And then I started working with a wedding planner. Also, I came back to my roots, planning, customer service, and making special moments for people. But I didn't find also my passion. And then COVID, that we know what about COVID. So everything stopped. And it was a time that I was also rethinking what I was doing. And then, that is how I say, when composting found me. And actually, it was like that. A friend of mine, my sister, my bigger sister, the fourth girl of four sisters. I actually have a twin, but my bigger sister have a friend that was actually doing a project of collecting organic waste in Mexico City, and that it really works. And they came to us and they say, a lot of people in Querétaro are asking for this project. Why don't you try? Maybe I can share the knowledge I have. And I said, why not? I have no employment. I quit the job. I was doing the planning thing, like it was stopped because of the wedding, the COVID, and the weddings were canceled. So I decided to start and say, maybe I can do it while I found my passion job and my passion of life. Maybe I can do that. And 5 years later, I am here talking with you about this. I actually love the thing that I do. I think that, and I believe that every day I woke up, I do different things. I do better, right? So I would try. I will try to explain how the project is. It's not basically the basis of this stuff, but I would like to share what we do in Organicum. I'm sorry, the video is in Spanish. I know that maybe all of us speak Spanish. I'm sorry for not the subtitles, but let's see this video. Bienvenidos a Orgánico. Hace ya un tiempo, tenemos 4 años de experiencia manejando residuos, hace con la necesidad de hacer un manejo adecuado de los residuos orgánicos, llámese alimentos, heces de mascota o heces humanas. Y en este año decidimos darle un giro, cambiar la dinámica un poquito y hacer la presentación de esta nueva marca que queremos compartírselas, Organicum, 100% queretana, y con la intención y la necesidad de hacer un manejo adecuado de los alimentos. Les quiero compartir un poquito sobre el proceso, cómo funciona este proyecto. Tú en casa puedes hacer la separación de tus alimentos o de los alimentos. Puedes obtener un baño seco. Si inscribes con nosotros te damos unas cubetas en las que vas a estar haciendo la separación de tus residuos y vamos a pasar a recolectarlos una vez por semana o cada 15 días. Te vamos a llevar una cubeta limpia en la que vas a seguir haciendo la separación, y en este espacio en el que nos encontramos actualmente es en donde procesamos todos los desperdicios. Buscamos aprovechar, cuidar, renovar y mejorar el suelo para que regrese a nosotros en alimentos bien nutridos y que eso pueda formar parte de un ciclo benévolo para todos nosotros. Te invitamos a que formes parte de la familia orgánica. Thank you. And I don't know if some of you have heard about compost or composting. If you can raise your hand. Yes. Oh, great. Oh, great. That's better. So you can, well, this is what we do. We came to your house. You subscribe with us. We came to your house. We give you a bucket for you to be like doing the separation of the organic waste. We have 3 different projects. The food, we separate food, and we do separate feces from pets and from humans also. But don't be scared, everything can be compost. Actually, Lily has both of services, and maybe you can share with us, lady, that the food bucket it's actually more like difficult to manage than the other one because we use some dry materials for like putting in the buckets, and only the smell is controlled. But actually it's a project that is very, very easy to do, and if you don't have the experience, I can invite you to do it at your home. That will be better, but if not, there's a lot of projects like us and are different they do that. So this is what we do since about 4 to almost 5 years ago. And I would like to talk about some of the entrepreneurial life, and to be a woman, a leader of a project, and to be a woman within an industry that it's basically or created more for men, and how it's going to be, on how was going to be for me like leading this project. So when I was little or younger, I thought that no, I will quit my job and I would do and create my enterprise, and I will have a lot of time for me, and I will have more money, and I will have more vacations. And if it's Monday, I can wake up, and it would be the best thing I would ever have. I'm sorry for saying this, but it's a total life. A total life. It's incredible adventure, but it's quite hard for for someone. Actually, this is how it looks like one of my days. You when you entrepreneur, you are responsible of everything, not only being a leader of a team if you are working alone or if you have some people that work for you or with you. You become a leader, not for choice, for need. You need to develop different skills that maybe you can take it from this kind of university of if you are part of some these I felt the estudiantil, I felt the word, but if you like experience different things outside of the university, maybe you can find that kind of skills. But if not, you need to, because if you don't do the things, who else can do that, right? You develop a lot of working teams, and not only your development. So you are in charge, of course, of the development of them, and this is huge because you are not only talking about one person. In the project, we have 8 different families that work with us, and the payment they receive each week, it's for sustain the entire family, and that's a huge responsible. It's great. I love that, but it's sometimes you say, oh, I don't want to come to work, but you need to, and it's the different like feeling comparing to an enterprise, for example. Also, you became not only the leader, we can use some fancy words. You are not only the CEO, you are in charge of financials, you are in charge of marketing, you are in charge of operating the project, you are in charge of everything. And the most important thing of that is that every day you learn different things. And every day you challenge yourself and you try to do better. And for me, that experience, it's had been blowing my mind from 4 weeks ago, because 4 years, sorry, ago, I didn't have the knowledge and the experience that I got today. And it was really, really cool for me. The development is in your hands also, and you seek some different like hard things. For me, it's really, really hard to delegate, to have the opportunity to work with different people. It's great, but I want to have everything in control in my life. So when you are growing as a project and as an enterprise, you need to, and this is one of the most challenging things for me, and it's really challenging. Also, you have a lot of fears. Everything it's new. No matter if you have taking some courses, some talking with some entrepreneurial or things like that, you need to take hard decisions, and you need to make a stop and say, if you don't make that decision or that changing or that whatever, who else can be here for making that? So it's hard, but it's really cool at the same time. And I think that the worst thing of being entrepreneurial is ourselves. We became on our big worst enemies. We are the person that say, you are saying things that has no sense with it, or you are doing things that may be angry with your customers or your partners or everything. You are like, no, you are doing worse. But if we like make the change of being our self-criticism in bad ways and making it in a good way, it's wonderful that how can you learn about yourself, and how you can find some things that you would never like find in another kind of job, right? So and also, being a woman in charge of a project, it's hard. It's hard, more in Mexico, more in, actually in Querétaro are a lot of like good things for women, but I like a lot of this image. I don't know if you are familiar with that. It's a woman in the World War II. It's a worker woman who was like enforcing or asking women to, hey, come on, let's join to the war, the purpose of the war. But not only with that like point of view, I like this image because what I do is a lot of things that some men can do. I drive my trucks. I pick up the buckets. I like put it in the soil, and there's a lot of physical work. Sorry, but for me, it's important that if I can do that everybody can do these kind of things. And for me, it's not like, oh, you can do it, come on, like a cheering. No, is if you think that and if you take an action of that, you really can do whatever you want to do. No matter if you are a woman, no matter if you are a man, no matter if you have 18 years old, no matter if you have 62 years old, if you really want to do things and make changes, make it, do it. It's in your hands. No matter if you have some limits or some, you need to cross some boundaries. And we are the first person that say, no, that we know it's not okay for in the society. We need to be that persons to make like, I'm sorry, I missed the word, like incomodar a otras personas, make people uncomfortable. Thank you. Because if we don't do that, someone else can came and make that change for you. So this is the really importance for me, that this image can that say to me. And also I have some data that I found important here in Querétaro for some women in business. We talk about that 54% of online business in Querétaro are led by women. Also, we have that 78% of the people affiliate to the ANPEC, that is this, like we call it here, like pymes, in Querétaro are women. And also, the majority of new additions to the Querétaro Chamber of Commerce are women. And most of them are entrepreneurs. So we have the opportunity. And also, as men, everyone has the opportunity. It's in your hands to make the decision and to say, I want to do that. I will prepare myself, and I will like put away my fears and try to do different things. And yes, I was missing that. And 2020 and 24, 60% of the new jobs generated in Querétaro were occupied by the women. So, girls, we have the opportunity. Let's take it. The boys also, we have the opportunity. For me, it's in actually talking about this Women's Day. I'm not the person that feels that women and men need to be actually like the same. We're not the same. Like in anatomy, we are, and maybe you are more people of science than me, but we are different. We have different skills, but that doesn't mean that we cannot do things that the other gender or whatever can do. We can prepare ourselves, and we can collaborate, and we can be like a really like a group. Like we don't need to be different in in all the things in our life. Actually, in the project, it's led by two women, me and my sister. The guys that drive the trucks, it's funny, but they are men. But the person that is in charge of making the compost and the soil are two women. One is like smaller than me, and the other one is a little bit taller than me. But they are like they are warriors, and they do things that I would never imagine. So here is the limits, and we have the opportunity to make like that change. And for me, one of the most important message that I would like to give it to you is that being in a university like this, it means a lot. I studied at ITESM with scholarship. Sorry, una beca escolar. A scholarship. Okay, thanks. And last week, I finished it's a scholarship financed by some bank, and then you have like 8 years, I think, to pay that. Last Monday, no, about 2 months ago, I make my last payment. Yes, and it was like my biggest goal in my life. And yes. And for I take it. Actually, was 8 years, and for me was like one of my biggest goals, because I don't have the opportunity in terms of economy. My family, we don't have the opportunity to pay like a university like in TESM, but I really want to be there and to take the all the things that I could take from different multidisciplinary and multicultural students, and I learned a lot of things that maybe in a different university, maybe I cannot like took that, and maybe today I will be in another different place. So for me, the importance of taking an advantage of, and to try to learn and try to learn and be part of this kind of university. You are really um like I'm sorry, you are like, yes, like lucky. Thank you, thanks a lot for your help. You are really lucky, and for me, like being seeking your passions and seeking and looking for what you want to do, it doesn't have to be the worst thing ever. You are in a university, you are young, maybe you are thinking, I don't know if what I am studying is going to be the best choice for me. Maybe tomorrow I will. I'm making some things. I studied mm, physics, and then I came to do compost. So maybe it have nothing in common, but actually, yes, everything has to be with everything. Like you said, the previous talk that you were talking about mathematics also, and everything has to be with whatever we do. So don't be afraid of make mistakes. Don't be afraid of fell down. Don't be afraid of nothing like, oh, what happened if my parents don't like what I'm going to do for a living. We have this like the musicians that, but you won't earn a lot of money. But if it's your passion, go for it. So this is the message that I want to give to you. For me, it was a very like long path for making a decision of entrepreneur and to be in a sustainable project. And today I actually making some I doubt of some things that I did, but it's an incredible adventure for me. It has been an incredible adventure for me, and I want to give you the cheerleading move for try whatever you wanted to be. Don't feel like pressure, and if you fail, actually the word fail is related to is first attempt in learning. You need to fail for growth, and this word like being here in my mind every day. And I want you to seek for that purpose and seek for that passion. In whatever passion you will make you a better person and a better professional and better part of a society. So actually for me the real message was it's sharing this, also for making compost, and if you want for join us in Organicum, but to fight for what you believe. And for me, for example, it's being part of a project that talks about or wants or seeks sustainable or taking care of our earth. For me, it's a really pleasure for being in charge of this. some days I don't want to wake up and make compost, but I know now, I know the real purpose that maybe in Mars, maybe at Mave, maybe at ITESM, I didn't found that I find today. That is, if I don't make this, who else can do this? And for me, is that the purpose, and for me is that's the way that I can challenge myself and I can be a better person, and of course, to become a woman of soil, or be part again of the soil. So I don't know if you have any questions or some. Thanks for your time. Thanks, Lily, for the invitation. And if you have any question, please, this is the time.
How it is working the process of the compost, especially the one of the animals.
Yes.
Because that is like different.
Yes, it's different. Actually, how it works, there's a lot of kinds of composting. We can like divide it in three: hot compost, dry compost, and I don't know how to say it in English, but with lombrices, worm composting. Maybe worm. How do you translate worm compost? And because worms don't have the ability of like eat everything. They cannot eat like some fats, some dairy products, some meat, sorry. And if they ate them, they get dry and they die. Yes. And the other two, the dry and the wet, are only because the difference is only of how do you use the organic material, the dry material also. In the house, it's better if you use the dry one, because you don't add this also meat and dairies and fats, and because are the first thing that make a lot of bad smells, and is like flies and something like that. In the hot compost, you can put everything. And with everything, I mean also the feces, because the dogs, the cats, and any kind of pets do more of the job for composting, that is like this composting the material. And the difference between food and this pet compost is only that you use, or we add to the compost acerrín. I don't know how to say it in English, but we use, if someone has the word,
Wood shavings.
okay, wood shavings. Thanks. And the wood shavings are making like magic, because you don't smell, and you don't have to add anything else. And when you subscribe with us, we gave you 2 different buckets. You take it in your homes, you make the separation, and we came to your home, and I change your bucket, your full bucket for an empty one. I take it in the truck, and I get to the land that we do the compost, and you only do the separation. But if you want to make it at home, you can use an small space. You can add the organic waste, the feces also, and you put these wood shapes. In the process, it would take like you need to add some water, and you need to add some oxygen by moving this compost, in order to naturally went to a small pieces, and all the nutrients came and get back into the soil. I don't know if that answered your question. Thanks.
Any more questions?
The question is a comment I really like your presentation, and I think that the measure that I take is be afraid to do it.
Yeah.
Right, because maybe you're gonna have everyone is going to be afraid to do something new, but I think that as you showed, it's like if you don't do it, someone else is gonna do it. So go ahead, be afraid and everything, but just make the leap of faith. And also, I am impressed by the numbers that you presented.
Yes.
The women, I really liked this one, and this is really cool because the questions that we have. Now you know that you can do it, right? So it's not going to be easy, as you
Yes,
have
of
mentioned,
course.
it's not going to be easy, but but you can do it. So thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. And also for men, it's not easy, but yes.
So I have more of a practical question, I suppose. For the students that eventually would like to do entrepreneurship and everything, how was the path for you in terms of funding? Or is there any advice that you could give them as to how to get funding for projects like this or for ideas that they have when they want to do these entrepreneurship projects? Because my understanding is you did two of them, no? The one with the cold salad bar, and then this one and all of that. So I was wondering if you could share your experience.
Yes, of course. And the cold bar, I use my savings,
Okay.
and that's not okay. As a young, you say, I will work, and I have a lot of time for work. I use my savings, and it came to nothing. And then for composting, it actually it was really cool because since we began this project, we started in COVID, like in May or June of 2020, and the people was like with this aim to do different things to do something for the environment, and actually you pay for this kind of services. We don't need extra funding or to find a different ways of take money for that. But now at this point, we are running out of money, and we need to seek different kinds of funding. And actually, there's a lot of in the Chamber of Commerce and a lot of programs or projects that help young people and help new entrepreneurs. And there's a lot of things that we can came to and ask for, but we don't do that. We are not like encouraging of that. If you don't suffer, you cannot make it, and that's not true. We can use different ways of making funding and talking about maybe money and talking about getting younger people for helping us like this when they came out to college and they can experience in these kind of projects. But we need to ask for that. Don't be scared of asking for help. We need help. We are not a single person that will change the world, maybe, but we need to. We can ask for help for this, and for younger people, it's actually better for the older one. Thanks.
Hi, thank you, Dani. I just want to add something that we have here, Diego. He is the leader of the Grow Club here at the university, and they actually make compost here at the university. So just I am going ahead because you will receive it later. They are also going to give you a little bit of the compost that we make here in the university.
Yes, thank you.
Um,
Thank you so much.
and that's
Okay, and if you need some help, for me, in Spanish, I'm a better explainer, but if you need some help and you want to, that we can collaborate, I will be thankful for that.
Well, thank you for your presentation. It was really inspiring, and I love your project. I think we need more of people interested in actual making business, but with a green concept in mind. My question is also really more technical. I don't know if it can be answered, but also I am kind of curious of if you know or do you know what kind of population or what your target audience is of people that register or are using these are
This kind of services.
yeah, these kind of services. Like I'm curious, like what kind of people are like worrying in our population of actually investing or giving their time to your program.
Actually, it's a great question because in two different ways. Talking also about women, 98% of the people that are subscribed to our project are women. So this is huge. We have in Querétaro, we also do San Miguel de Allende. We have 1,500 people subscribed to this project here in Querétaro only. and of that number, 98% are women. So that is an important point of the women are it doesn't mean that the men didn't do that, but it's the women are more interested in this kind of projects. And talking about the economical way, there's a lot of people that have we do collections in the very small colonies and the very small with different kind of income rate. I don't know how to say it. And we also have in the huge houses. Yes, it don't has to be for some specific. You need to pay for these services. You need to like put some of your budget for this kind of services. It's an expense for you, but it doesn't mean that the people that don't have enough money cannot want to do this. Actually, the people that we have like more income are the first ones who say, "Oh, it's too expensive." And I say, "Come on, you spend that in one piece of cake and one piece of coffee or something." And the people that actually need to separate this kind of money for paying the collection, they are like, "I want to do this. I cannot do it at home, but I want to make a difference. If I can do it, sorry, I need to pay for that." And so it's for any kind of person. We have in different like social and economical behavior and that, but what is true, women are more interested in this kind of projects. And actually, when we started in Querétaro, the project started in Mexico City, and then we started here in Querétaro. In about 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, we have more than 300 people ready with the payment, and I want to do that. When we started, and I was, I don't have a truck, I don't have buckets, I don't have anything, please. For me, COVID was better because I have more time for starting. But in Querétaro, there's a lot of people that want to do something different. And for me, this is really important. We have a lot of opportunities here on recycling, on making compost, on in terms of water, in terms of light, in energy. We have a lot of opportunity here in Querétaro in this kind of projects. Yes, that's really, it's true.
Thank you. And well, it's a small question also.
Mhm.
Also because I don't know anything about marketing or how did you made it for people to reach to this idea? Because there's a lot of green consciousness and pages to that nowadays in social media, and I don't believe we all make listen to them, or we also like reach their target. But how do you reach like a huge audience?
Actually, at the very beginning, the different person that got subscribed with us, like make a recommendation, and it's like by, I don't know if it's correct to say it, by person to person, by talking about this. And when we make the separation with the previous project, we actually contract some master media company that help us with this Instagram thing and Facebook thing. But it's more because I don't have the time for making that kind of things. But actually, these kind of projects are better like received within friends, neighbors, and something within the if you make it and someone see that you are making compost, oh, what are you doing? And they're recycling it. But you can also because of the target, we use a lot of social media, a lot of Instagram more than Facebook, and also WhatsApp is the way of we communicate. But we also use the technology and the different things we have. We are trying to use more these technical things and the AI and a lot of things, but we can use also this kind of resources for like reaching more people. But it's like really organic. The growth has been really organic with in terms of communicating this kind of projects. Thanks.
Hello, thank you for your talk. I really like it.
Thank
I
you.
wanted to ask how feasible do you see the possibility of bringing compost to bigger industries like restaurants, hotels, or companies?
That's actually a good question because I wanted to say that within my talk that for me, my next step is not only reaching houses and small stories or cafeterias. I want to go further for hospitals and for schools like this, not because of the kind of schools, the amount of the size of universities. We need a different a way of do. I cannot came with my small truck and make the changes in one bucket. We need an different infrastructure, a bigger one, but it is the next step. It's the next step. And also, I want to make some talks and some projects for making the government. We can join, we can collaborate in terms of making Querétaro and other cities to become composting and to reduce the amount of garbage we produce. It's in 2022, if I remember, yes, 2022. Each people produce in more or less 1 to 2 kilograms of garbage every day, each person. It's huge. We have a lot of things to do with that garbage. The only action that separates organic and non-organic, and the non-organic in PET, well, plastics and aluminum and paper and that, this small action reduce a lot the amount of garbage that we produce each day. And the more or less 60 to 75% of the garbage we produce are organics. So there's a huge opportunity here, and we need to go and further and look for more industries, and that's thank you.
Okay, so well, thank you very much for your talk. It was really nice, inspiring. And well, I have a couple of questions more about like some technical aspects of the compost. Actually, I have to say that I started doing compost because I couldn't find you. Because I know about the project in Mexico City, so I was looking for the same kind of thing here, and I think I didn't do my job well Googling because I couldn't find you.
Or maybe we don't make our job for you to.
So actually, I started doing like my compost, and I'm doing the thing with my relatives and a few friends that I collect their waste and do like some compost. But so my question was about like in the hot compost, do you track like measure like the temperature of your compost and that? And well, I've had at the beginning like some issues with that, and I was wondering like what are like your the temperatures that you try to reach in order to know that your compost has achieved like a good quality and those things. Like if you can comment on those parameters on temperature and the timing that it takes for your compost to achieve some.
Yes, of course. Composting, it's for me, it's really cool because if you don't have enough time, you don't have enough space, and you don't have these parameters like, we need to reach this temperature, it would come to an end and it will convert to compost. That's the wonderful thing of that. But in terms of technical things, well, I will change the words. The temperatures that we need to reach are from 50 to or 48 to 62 Celsius Celsius degrees, in terms of have the enough amount of water and humidity and the temperatures for these microorganisms who are in charge of making this decomposition. It's better if you reach that kind of temperature. But what happens if you have your compost at home and you came to vacations? 1 month you went to vacations, and then you come to your house and you see like your compost like too dry, and you think that I'm not doing it okay, and I need to put out that and take it to the garbage. No, if you have more organic waste and you are more water and you add more oxygen, the process will restart. So it's wonderful that you don't have to be like there every day. If you make it, it's better. And if you have one bucket, we use the 20 liters buckets. If you make it like every 3 weeks, every 2 days, or every 4 days, adding more materials and adding water, in less than 2 months, you have your compost ready. But if you don't, actually the volume that we collect, sorry, we take about 6 to 9 months to have that compost ready. But if you make it at home and you like making your time and so, you can have it in less than 2 months.
My time is more around the 9 months.
No, but it's okay. It's okay, and don't be afraid of that. It's okay. That's the worst thing. It would take a longer time, but it would have same like nutrimentos in the soil. So no matter how time you take, it would came to the same result.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
What is happening afterwards when you prepare your compost? What are you doing with that? How do you use it? And if you have specific projects that's where you are bringing to compost.
Yeah, actually, we gave it back to the people that I subscribe. The users can ask for compost every 15 buckets. That it's more or less the amount of if you about 100 kilos of organic waste become only 8 to 12 kilos of composting. So it reduces a lot. And users can ask for composting and use it at their home. And if you don't use it, actually, the next 29th of this month, we are going to donate a lot of compost to Casa Hogar, and it's called Maria Goretti. And they are restarting their huerto. They are restarting it, and we are going to donate the compost for them. And we are also seeking for this kind of projects, or some schools, or some actually a kindergarten teacher asked me for to start a project for doing composting, and you can use it at your home. It's really beneficial. You can use it for everything. If you have this huerto, I'm sorry, if you have some plants that only make your house to look prettier, or if you have something that it's eatable for you, you can use it and as an booster for your plants. It's really beneficial. And you can also use the one for the pets and the dry bed. You can use it also not for eatable things, but you can use it for the jar. Yes, the grass. Sorry. Thanks.
We have one more question over here.
Your company, like in 5 years or in 10 years, what's the point to reach people and other companies, as my classmate said?
In 5 years, I need to be working with huge industries, with some universities, with restaurants and hospitals and that. And in 10 years, I hope take it less than 10 years, I want to be like the leader of this Querétaro organic waste like collection. I want to make Querétaro the leader, yes, in Mexico for that. This is my really purpose of that. It's a lot of work to do, but I'm sure that we can reach that, and I'm sure also that I cannot make it alone, only with my project. Actually, I had a friend that it's making the same for me. We are competent at this time, but we share a lot of things. We share what it's okay for that, what it's not going to be very well. We are sharing a lot of knowledge, and for me, that's also the key for making these kind of projects like growing and going further and further every time. This is endless, I think.
So I know that here in Mexico we don't have really the culture of separating waste, especially because we know that the trash collection system and everything just puts everything together. So this waste separation and like composting process, is it really like time consuming or is it expensive, or what do you think that the governments are not really like investing in this if it's really like beneficial for the environment?
That's a really good question, because this is my personal point of view. We need to be in charge of what we generate. Some people came to us and says, what are you charging me money for? I'm giving you the organic waste for you to do compost. And I say, I'm taking care of what you don't want to take care of your waste. So it's really, we need to be aware of what we are consuming and we are generating. It will take time. It will take some money for. I'm talking about recycling, for example. If you need to go every month, or every 2 weeks, every week to a place where they receive these kind of materials, it will take time. It will take money for taking them. But also you have the key for reducing that. Don't consume this kind of things. Reduce the kind of things that you are consuming. And I'm talking about everything. What we eat, what we, the clothes we use, what we wear, everything that we make since we wake up, we are generating some impact for this world and environment. Some are good, some are not. But we are the decision makers for that. Also, the industries and the government has a lot to do with this, but if we are asking for plastic bottles, Coca-Cola and that kind of industries will like giving us, oh, if you need it, take it. But if we start asking for different kind of consumptions, the industries need to change their way of doing this value chain. And also for government, if we don't ask for that, it has to be, I think that my project hasn't or didn't has to exist. My job has not been existing, because if we do our job since our homes, these kind of projects would be like, what are you asking me for giving you my organic waste if I do the compost in my house? No? So we have the decisions in what we consume, how we consume, and how we deliver this garbage or this waste to the places we need to be.
We have time for one last question, if there's anything else. No? Okay. So thank you so much, Daniela, for
Thanks
this
for you.
amazing talk. A round of applause, please. Daniela, before you go, on behalf of our sponsors, the STEM Week Committee and the university, we have a little gift for you. Thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you so much for this inspiring
Thanks
talk.
a lot. Thanks for you, for your time, and for taking the time of doing these weeks and this science weeks. And it's really like inspiring also for people like as me, like me, for being here and being invited to this. Thanks a lot for your time. If you have any questions, Lily has my my contact, and if not, I have it here. Yes, this is Compi, and there our social media and my direct phone. If you have any questions about compost, please ask me, and I will be grateful for answer your questions. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Right. Thank you everyone for joining us for this talk. A reminder that the next talk is going to be at 12:30 on the expansion of maize around Mexico with so please come back and join us at 12:30 for the next talk.
Muchas gracias.